Jana, you will give me some start signal or countdown? Mm-hmm. Uh, I need a voice signal, something like, you work on your time or work on the stage or whatever, because I didn't see you. Okay, perfect. This is the magic words. Be, Before I forget it, thank you very much for inviting me and give me the chance to tell about my project. Okay. Uh, First, good morning, everybody. And I'm so happy to stay here and have this talk about the AbadIA. As you see, the title is a little bit one because it's about AbadIA using reformer learning to place and solve the abuse crime. And for me, it's a pleasure to have today here. So, for this, I want to say or to tell a little presentation about me. I am the Chief Mission Officer of Singular. Singular is a big Spanish company. We are a multinational company. I had a lot of offices, foreign offices in USA, Europe, and also in Singapore. And as Jana said before, I'm GDE for cloud and machine learning, and also I am the AbadIA cheerleader. I prefer to say cheerleader because I am more in the promotion. Even I just wrote down some line of code, a lot of one, but team leader is a very serious title, so I prefer cheerleader because it's about to tell everybody what it's about. And also, I wrote a book with my friend Alfredo Garcia. The book is the La Pastilla Roja, the first Spanish free software book. Also, I am involved in the organization of some meetups in Spain, one about machine learning, another for about cloud, and even now we had one about quantum computing. Every of these meetup is about, or there is beer at the beginning, in the middle, and after the meetup. So we can call it something like the Spanish beer meetup. Okay, so let's go. What we see in this talk? This talk will be about my journey with AI project. This is very important, sorry, because it's about my experience with AI project. When I start this project, I didn't nothing about AI or how to make a very big AI project. So I will talk about what is my experience doing an AI project, a very tough one, okay? So how AbadIA started? I was having some beer with my friend Sebas, and he told me something like, all the time are you talking about AI, organizing meetups and so on, but why do you do or do you start a project, AI project to try to solve our favorite game? And that is the way that start, because at the end, he told me this thing a lot of time, but I got the challenge, and I say, okay, you are right, and we need to do the project. So this is the beginning. What is the game we try to learn to play and solve? It's the Abbey of Crime. This game is a kind of legend. Was the first 8-bit pseudo 3D. Okay, perhaps there is another previous game, but this game was the first that used a lot of 3D or fake 3D in the game. Remember, we are talking about the Astra and Spectrum computer. So we are talking about 1987. Okay, and this game is based in Umberto Eco book, In the Name of the Road. I'm pretty sure you know the book or you see the movie. So the size of the program, this is very important because the size of the program is about 87 kilobytes. That includes the code, that includes the graphic, that includes the music, the map. Even there is a kind of little interpreted about to make some test code and some tests. Okay, 87 kilobytes is so little. It's a kind of picture you have in your avatar or you send, even in a kind of emoji, is about 87 kilobytes. I like to put this avatar. Is myself when I was young, and I know it was punky, but it's funny that that avatar is about 87 kilobytes. Okay, so let's go with the game, and let me present the team. The team was 2 persons, Paco Menendez and Juan Melcan. Paco Menendez was the programmer and the artist. The graphics artist was Juan Melcan. Look at this. When we are talking about this kind of game in the 80s, the number of the person do you need to make a very big, a very awesome game is 2 persons, 1 programmer and 1 graphic design. Now, if you wanted to, if you have a game studio and you try to do a game, you need more than 100 persons to make a game or title. Okay, so this was programming in S80 assembler for Astra, and what's the plan? The plan is very important. If you don't have a plan, at the end, you can go in the wrong way all the time. So we spent a little time to try to define what's the plan of the project. And the plan is so easy. Is to try to make an artificial intelligence that can learn to play and solve the game. So what we had at the beginning, the original executable. Okay, this can sound okay. You have the executable, so it's a good beginning. But remember that this executable was in audio tape. We need to translate to byte, to ordinary bits, and after that we need to disassemble it and in something like one human can understood. Okay, so this job was doing by Manuel AbadIA. It's a funny coincidence that the last name of Manuel is AbadIA, like the project, but it's real. We are not joking with this. And he had disassembled and commented all the lines code. Okay, so you can visit this GitHub page with all the comments. And I don't know if you can see in your screen, but even he found a couple of memory position that was not used. And this is very, very awesome because the problem with the memory in this computer is so big, okay? So current version. We are not working with the assembly version of core, and we are using a C++ version of the game. Manuel AbadIA not only disassembled the game, he made a port to C++, and after that, my friend Sebastian Blanes, make a fork of the project to use LDL. Okay, LDL is a game framework that allows to a program to run in different hardware platforms. Actually, the abbey game, the original game, can be played in Chrome, in PS3, CC, Linux, Mac, or Windows. Even if you have a Tesla car, you can run the game in the Tesla car. I don't know if somebody buy a Tesla car to just play the abbey, but you can do it, okay? So how difficult is the challenge? This is also very important because when you are trying to solve a problem, to start artificial intelligence, you need to understand what is the difficulty of the challenge. And I make a little, this slide, just questioning what is the number of atoms in our universe. Okay, the number of atoms is 10 elevated 80. This is a lot of atoms in our universe, and this is a big one number. The number of legal chess moves are 10 elevated 120. Even more than the number of the atoms in our universe. The number of the Go game, the legal move, is about 10 elevated 761 move. And now, what is the mode that you need to, or what is the legal move you can do to solve the AbadIA? 10 elevated to 10,000 moves. That makes this challenge very tough because there is a lot of options to try to solve the game. For the people that doesn't like the math classes, I put this slide that is very graphical, the number of zeros you need. So just a kind of joke with the millennial, but this is my favorite joke about how difficult is the AbadIA. Okay. The humans and the artificial intelligence only know if the game is solved after 10,000 actions. Go ahead, wait, rotate, let rotate, or something like this. So their solution is so ahead in the future. I don't know, I'm completely blind now. I don't know if my screen is locked or something like that. Oh, I think. Oh, Sorry, I need to put the battery because I lost my battery. Give me 2 minutes. Sí, ya más está. Tenéis que estar moviendo un poco la... No, esa es otra cosa.
Y ahora no sé si no funciona. Hay un cable que no está funcionando.
Este. Ah. Se rebotó. Just give me a couple of seconds because I need to reboot my computer. We can put some advertising now. If you don't know Singular, the company, you can go to our website to just check the amazing project we did. No me está cargando, ¿eh? No, algo está pasando. Mira a ver si esa regleta está apagada.
¿Ese es el tuyo? ¿Este es tu PC?
Sí.
Vas a ponerlo en otro lado. Esto desde ahí y no...
Okay, it's loading MacOS. So sorry guys, if you have any question, I can try to... no me oyen porque no estoy... No estamos saliendo por StreamYard. Oh. Bueno, mejor, así no han visto mi chiste malo de haciéndoles publicidad.
No sabemos. No se ve el icono de la carga.
Pero ¿por qué no está cargándome? Ahora está cargando.
Ahora sí.
Ahora está cargando y ahora súper rápido me voy a estrellar. Qué raro, bueno. A veces si se hace un corto por calor o por alguna cosa de estas. Bueno. ¿Qué más podemos hacer? Lo único que se me ocurre hacer mientras que estoy poniéndolos que alguien diga que no me he muerto y que vuelvo en unos minutos. ¿Cómo íbamos de tiempo? 40, 35 minutos, tengo que correr. También puedo hacer otra cosa. Dime.
Lo paramos si queréis, ¿no? Pero digo, ¿lo llevabas grabando? ¿Y por qué dice 8 horas 4 minutos? No sé, porque no son 8 horas. Yo creo que está grabando encima de la otra grabación. Detrás de la otra. Sí, detrás. Bueno, tú concéntrate en lo tuyo, no te preocupes tanto.
Lo único es que a lo mejor... odio cuando intentas rebotar y no rebota, ¿eh? Y rebota a velocidad. Puedo hacer una cosa, que es me conecto con el móvil y sigo haciendo la charla. Bueno, pero es que no sabéis... Ah. No, pero yo creo que cuando se debe haber ido porque ha saltado el salvapantallas, alguna cosa así. Sí, bueno, lo limpié justo ayer, lo desarmé entero y lo limpié. Pero es que no entra, está... A ver, vamos a hacer alguna cosa, que es el de la batería, es este. Vamos a quitar esto. Está colgado. Sí que es una... A ver...
we'll see. So it turns out one class is back.
Sorry guys, I lost the power of the laptop and I need to reboot. And you know, how is Murphy? How is Murphy? This side. Okay, I am ready. Okay. Okay. So let me show some images of how difficult is the challenge. In this case, you can see in the screen that the main character, the monk, called it, I didn't remember the name, but it's the big one with the white hair, and the other is our character, and he's trying to talk with the main chapter. So if you don't see, try to see his face and listening quietly and stay in the same position, seeing his face, you die. You die not in the same moment, you die after that. Also, all the time, our character in the game is blocked by Atso, that is the helper of our character and the monk, and as you see, sometimes it's very crowded with a lot of people blocking our character. Okay. Also, if you all the days and you need to stay alive to solve the game for 7 days, when the bell rings, you need to go to the chapel very, very fast. If you are the last to go to the chapel, you die. If you don't go to your position in the chapel, in the right position, you die. If you don't look to the monk, to the price during the offices, you die. So there is a lot of little thing that if you don't do it, you die. So it's not only to try to survive, you need to do a lot of things that even for a human being is so difficult to solve. I will go a little fast with this. So what do you need to make the training of the artificial intelligence game? You need to play a lot of game. So you need to be interactive with the game. So what is the way to do that? That's our first version with 2 beers, because it's very important to try to know over engineering. And in this case, with just drinking a liter, we got this very first solution. We put a keyboard, we put a arm robot, and in this case, an NVIDIA Jetson to try with a can to try to play the games, just hitting the keys, interpreting the screen, and all these things. But this is, for me, is over-engineering, and it's very important to don't do over-engineering, to try to find a simple solution. So we try another things like a fit keyboard driver, unit pipe, socket, a lot of usual solution. But the best solution we found, and this is one idea from me, so I'm very proud of this, was embedding a web server inside the game. We solve every time to our customer that the solution you need is an API with a REST server that we build for you. So this will be a great idea, the perfect solution. So you know, it's our selling speech every time. So at the end we did it. So we put a web server inside. So the way we did to communicate with the game is just sending requests, API requests, something like this. Okay, so you can do it with this kind of thing, smart URIs. You can do it, and you get something like this, a JSON. So you can. We don't have time for the demo, but that is my desktop with a terminal, and I can send order to the game, instruction or way to play, just using curl. In this case, I say to the game that just move, okay? And this is the visual representation of the game using the C++ game. This is a copy of the original game. So after that, we need to gather information, a lot of information, because we need to train a lot of models and try to show the way our artificial intelligence need to learn. I like to say that we teach program to learn, and this is for us artificial intelligence, how to teach a program to learn. So you need to have a lot of information, playing millions of games with millions of status and millions of steps. Okay, so we have now a lot of information stories, and for me is and this is about my experience with all this start with the project. You will spend a lot of time, a very long time about testing a web server, testing if the play is working, storing information, building pipe to send this data, stories, testing, so on, so on, so on. And perhaps one of the takeaways is when you start an artificial intelligence project, you think only about the artificial intelligence glamour, and you forget that you will spend 95% of your time just making time to work all the pieces and all these things, okay? Playground for the game. This is also important and another takeaway. Okay, at the beginning, when we had all the game, we can make or we can work with the game and play games. We wanted to start start training the AI. But we discovered that there is a project, OpenAI Gym, that is very interesting because they design a kind of gym for every all game. So there is a standard way or a standard interface to interacting with interacting with the game. So we design an OpenAI gym for the AbadIA. So this was something that consumed some time, but at the end, somebody that is working with this standard can try to design reinforcement learning agents for the AbadIA. So that was an important step. Okay, so we had all the pieces to start training. So I want to do a very fast, small intro to reinforcement learning. In fact, I will use only 2 slides. And this is a world record of how simple can be an explanation. This is the main important concept in reinforcement learning. All the time you have this loop. You have an agent that is interacting with the environment. So you send an action, go ahead, stay, or get this object, whatever. That depends on the game. When you send this to action to the environment, and remember this is a standard thing, is the OpenAI AbadIA gene. The return is the new status of the game, the monk make one step ahead or whatever, the reward, and with this state, this next state, or actual state, and this reward, you pass this to the agent, and the agent take the decision to make another action. And this is an infinite loop until you resolve the game or you die. In my case, I die all the time, okay? So this is the more important concept. You can have a lot of algorithms, technologies, or for doing the agent, but at the end, all the models for machine learning work like this. And the next slide is one of my favorite movie, and this movie is the Groundhog Day, and for me, it's the best explanation, the best movie explanation for reinforcement learning. As you remember, Bill Murray is in a loop, in an infinite loop, and in this loop, every morning wake up, but remember what happened the previous day, and need to do something. And sometimes it's just cross a road, or say something to the starring girl or whatever. So here is trying all the possibilities and making a lot of action to not die, to just falling in love with the girl and whatever. At the end, it's a good example of what is reinforcement learning. And that's time with my admitted Bill Murray. Sometimes when I'm trying to running the agents to see how it's working, I had something like this, and sometimes not today. I make a little demo because I love ASCII art and seeing what is the AI scene and what is the human view of the game. Okay, what is the AbadIA RL strategy we use? We started with a random agent, just make random action, and we don't find a solution or learn how to play. Remember that when I started in this project, I don't know nothing about, or just a little about reinforcement learning. And this project, for me, was a kind of journey to learn to not only how to programming or build or design artificial intelligence project, was also a kind of exploration project. So we started testing the agents and all the pipelines with a random agent. After that, we use Qtable, Qlane. I can spend so many time with this, but we try every way to try what is the best strategy. And now we are working with Moose 0, the current version. I don't know if you have, but for me it's important. This is like to just the people think that we have a very complex neural network, but at the end, and at this time, we're using this very simple sequential neural network because it's a node, or not it's a node because we are not solving the problem for now, but look at this. About 20 lines of code is all the artificial intelligence lines dedicated to create the model. Okay? And now we have more than 3,000 or 10,000 lines, gathering data, the web server, all these things. So at the end, this is less than the 100% of all the code we had. Okay, so I will skip this, but at the end is something like this. I will try to explore 10-bit level. So this is 10 elevate to action to test. And we try to optimize this using Monte Carlo and Monte Carlo tree search. That is the same strategy that's used the people from DeepMind to solve the Go game and try to not explore 10 elevate to 10. That is so costly every time I want to make the decision to do an action. And now let me show you what is the architecture part we are using. Okay, so we had a gain engine, is the gain and the OpenAI gene, and we had an agent container. Okay, so we use Docker and Kubernetes to do that, and we had a Docker for every part to the gain and for the AbadIA. The communication between them are using the REST API. We have also a smart cluster. This cluster is the small machines we have in Google Cloud, $7 a month, and we use the printable because all the processes are prepared, but because if you are using printable, you have an 80% discount, and the problem is that the machine can disappear and shut down by Google. But for $7 a month, I had no problem to wait for another machine, and there is no problem. If you design your architecture in a good way, can be resilient and anti-fragile, and this is very important. This is another tricky way. Okay, so we are getting information. We try to do everything serverless, almost serverless. So when we store some JSON file in the bucket and Google Storage bucket, automatically launch a Cloud Function that insert the data in BigQuery. But we try to not have any problem running or trying to maintain any server. Almost the time we try to be serverless. Okay? Auto gaming, this is very important because at the end, can you move from the, now. We have a kind of auto gaming loop. In this case, we have a queue based in Cloud PassUp that has information on what is the next game to play, okay? So we started a new game, not from the beginning, can be from any point of the game previously stored, a kind of checkpoint. So we started a copy of Docker to play this game. When you this game because you die or whatever, or pass a lot of time, you save this checkpoint, and we have a game generator that generate the next games to try to learn. Okay, so in this case, it's a kind of that when we are training our agent, we are not starting from the beginning. We can start from the second room, from whatever place that the game played before. I don't know if this is clearly, but it's a kind of optimization. We try to find what is the best starting point to try to explore. But at the end, it's very important for try to solve the game or teaching how to play the game, to start in different positions to try different strategies, learning strategies. Okay, so we're using also Google Storage, Google Cloud Function, Google BigQuery, for us, it's very important to check a lot of things with notebook. For me, it's another techie way. Use a notebook every time you can, and Google Colab is perfect. I am talking here also about Data Lab, but Data Lab is the professional version of that. But with for us, working with Colab, with collaboration notebook is a very good thing. We are using TensorFlow, or perhaps it's better to say that we are using Keras. That is my favorite framework, and you can use with Keras TensorFlow. Okay. So for our subtracting, we are using Kubernetes, of course, because for us it's very important to not spend too much time trying to run the trainings loop. And that's the last slide. We have the GitHub if you wanted to collaborate with us, or if you wanted to fork, or if you wanted whatever. Even you can click and start to say that you like this presentation and this project, and this is very good for the project. Even we had a Slack, because if you don't have a Slack, you don't have a real world project. And sometimes we share things like this. That's was a screenshot about an error in the program, and as you see, there is a lot of duplicated, hard body ones, and was a little creepy, but a funny status that sometimes the thing doesn't work like you expected. And this is the team: Sebas, Pablo Moncada, Miguel Martinez, and myself, the cheerleader. Remember, there is more people, but this is I think the people that is more involved in the project. And the next session, we stopped the production of a documentary or movie about the AbadIA because of the COVID and all these things. We are trying to do even a book, a kind of book explaining what's the project. And the takeaway is, please don't over engineering. Remember the thing with the keyboard and the robotic arm trying to send the action to the game. All the time there is a more simple solution. Everything is about data. You need, in an IA project, the more important is not the model, remember, it's the data and the quality of the data. As much quality and more data, it's more easy to find what is a model than solve the problem. But the people forget this and is very involved with, I will try this convolutional thing or this paper or whatever. And believe me, in the 99% of the project, the more important thing is the data. I'm not only the only person saying that. Andrew NG has a very good post about this, that try to have a model and just optimize all the projects without touching the model and touching the data. That is a very important thing. I don't make the Mario Cup, or the Mario Hub joke, but do you know why the Mario have a hat? Because at the beginning of the game, it was so difficult to try to animate the hair. So the programmer just put one hub over Mario Bros. Head. So this solved the problem. And sometimes it's very important to don't spend too much time in trying to solve very complex problems. Just put a hat over a red hat over Mario's head, and that's work. And at the end, it was not so important to animate the hair. Serverless, you need to tattoo it in your arm, doing doing serverless all the time. All the time you can try to design a serverless architecture. Reinformer is so simple but very powerful and easy. So perhaps I want you to don't think only that reinformer learning is for games. Reinformer learning is for automation process like the energy control in all the Google data centers, and sometimes it's a kind of technology that can solve real problems. And there is a lot of tools to use. This is a very good thing about that. You need to understand that the future is about using different tools from different frameworks. And I think that is all. This is my Twitter handler. Also, that's my address. I will send you the presentation. But the most important thing is about that you had some question and you don't want it to make this question now, or even you want to make this question just to years ahead, there is no problem. This talk has a lifetime warranty, so you can send me an email, or I have my direct message open in Twitter, so you can say, or you can send me one question and I will try to solve it. And before COVID, I make a small selfie with everybody smiling if they like the talk, but this is not the case because I can see you, so no will that. And we are hiring people, and so if you wanted to work at Singular, for us will be a pleasure if you want it. And I don't know if there is anybody in another side. Yes, I am, or we are involved in the project yet, because we didn't solve the game yet, and now we are working in a very interesting technology or model that is Musero from DeepMind, and this is very awesome branch of the game we are working in, and this is very amazing because, as you know, if you don't know, I can make a talk about Musero. It will be a pleasure, and I will try to talk this year a lot about Musero. Musero is a kind of agent that don't use anything human or anything from humans. The game or the agent don't need to use or don't need to know the rules. The game or the agent don't need to know what is the representation of the game. If I send to the agent an image or I send an array of values, it's the same for the agent because he makes its own representation. So at the end, he's making a kind of artificial intelligence by himself with his own rules, by its representation, and the only thing do you need to give to Musero is about what is the legal moments and what is the legal moment in one status and what is the reward. It's the only thing you need to pass to Musero, and we are pretty sure that will be the solution for the AbadIA, because the previous thing we testing uh, don't learn very fast, so we only pass 1 day, you know, and we need to pass 7 days. So only pass the very first problem of the game. So we are involved with all in the game. Uh, Actually, I think we have about 30 or 40 positions in Singular. Remember that Singular is not only working in artificial intelligence and data. We have a team that is involved with this, with about 40 persons. Even there is two open positions with data and artificial intelligence, but we also have a lot of people that are making design, front-end, back-end, DevOps, you know, all these things. You can go to our page, it's Singular without the iletter.com, and we had a careers page with all the open position. Okay, so you will find a lot of position, and like our president like to say, we grow every 3 years. We duplicate the number of persons we are working in Singular. So all the time we have open position, and all the positions are remote from the beginning. So you can even from UK. If you, Emmanuel, if you got the job, you need to pay some beers for me. Eh? Remember this. Yeah, but I prefer doble caña, double one. It's more like a pint. Okay, and the next time it will be live in Gales. Eh? Last time was 2 years ago, and I think that post-COVID time is almost over. So next time I will to do this talk, or we will talk about how we finish the project, or how we are using Mushero or AutoML or whatever of this, but in light, I hope. Mm-hmm. It will be a pleasure. Thank you. You're welcome. Bye. Okay. Sí, 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 los clowns, todo, y los eventos locales. ¿Vosotros dónde estáis? Ah, vale, vale, es que no sé por qué pensaba que estabais en Wales. O me debió llegar alguna cosa de este estilo. Ah, bueno, tú estás en Galway, ¿no? ¿Yana? Vale, vale, vale. Oh, a mí me pasa lo mismo con el inglés. Y yo he intentado hablar en inglés todo el rato, ¿eh? No sé. Bueno, hay gente que ha hecho preguntas, luego algo deben haber entendido. Oye, mil disculpas por el problema técnico y todo esto, que fue un pequeño caos. Y ya sabéis que cuando tenéis que rebotar un ordenador, bueno, pues tenéis que recibir el número de yo y bueno, es todo un lío. Bueno. You can switch to English. Ah. Okay. No, it's the same in my side. Pero más allá entre. Bueno, chicos, os toca dejar. Dime. ¿En cuál de todos? Ah, un bar español. Ya me acuerdo. Que estaba en el Google, ay, ¿cómo se llama el espacio que tiene la gente de Google? En Londres, en el centro. Es que no se llama Google Space, se llama Campus. Google Campus. London. A ver. Es sobre todo para montar cosas con startups y ayudar un poco a la comunidad. O sea, a la comunidad nos ayudan a los GDGs para hacer eventos y reunirnos y todo esto. Pero fundamentalmente, por lo menos en España, es Google for Startup, los que mantienen una o dos plantas de coworking, ayudas, tutorías, mentorizaciones y cosas de este estilo. Ese es ese espacio. Allí es donde hacíamos antes los meetup, pero habéis visto que ahora en Singular hemos organizado un plató. ¿Qué tal ha quedado, por cierto? ¿Cuál es vuestra impresión de que en vez de poner una QuickCam en la habitación de mi hija, lo hagamos desde un plató con múltiples cámaras, una pantalla gigante de LED de 24 metros cuadrados y todo esto? Yo creo que es el segundo o tercero que hacemos en vivo, ¿eh? O sea que estamos aprendiendo, estamos aprendiendo. ¿Sí? Fíjate, estuve en un estudio hace poco que lo cambiaba en inteligencia artificial. Dependiendo a quién hablaba y a dónde mirabas, te cambiaba la cámara. Sí, sí, sí. Era un programa de 30 líneas, ¿eh? Pero, claro. Y además, como había 4 micrófonos y 4 entradas, ellos saben quién está hablando. Entonces no cambian automáticamente, sino que por el volumen del micrófono ya te coge una cámara y... No, this project is about es una compañía amiga que se dedican a hacer podcast y grabaciones en estudio. Entonces han hecho un pequeño estudio en un garaje y tiene esa tecnología, que ahí les va muy bien. De hecho, no tienen múltiples cámaras, tienen una 4K y lo que hacen es te enfocan una zona. ¿vale? Y ni siquiera cambia, o sea, cogen una subzona de la cámara. La cámara tiene un zoom muy amplio y sale todo el mundo o te cogen a ti solo, al que está hablando. Es una cosa muy de andar por casa. No, se lo hicieron ellos un fin de semana, con Python. La revolución está en marcha y es que todo el mundo hace cosas. Democratizar la tecnología, que yo empecé en el 2000 con Linux, Free Software y todo esto, es la mayor revolución y la mayor transferencia tecnológica de conocimiento de la humanidad. Y lo estamos viendo. A nadie se le ocurriría hacer un framework de inteligencia artificial cerrado. Duraría 0. Y esto viene por ese trabajo de hace 20 años, por esa liberación. Claro. No, incluso podemos hacer, también la otra cosa que hacemos es, a veces compramos 2 o 3 compañías al año, o se hacen de nuestro grupo. ¿Cómo es de grande tu compañía, Ricardo, que te la compramos? Ajá. Sí. Bueno, estamos en Madrid, estamos ahora en remoto casi todo el mundo, pero tenemos oficina en Madrid. Pero la tenemos también en Barcelona, en Sevilla, Zaragoza, Badajoz, Córdoba, pronto en Málaga, México, Dallas, Pittsburgh, Nueva York, Miami, Singapur, o sea, Chile. ¿Dime? Casi siempre con banca. Como el 80% de los proyectos son de banca, más o menos, ¿eh? Everis no es tan glamoroso como nosotros, ¿eh? El 90% de la gente de Everis le gustaría trabajar en Singular. Y al revés no pasa. Oye, esto lo tendríamos que estar haciendo ahora, después de la charla, bebiendo cervezas en un pub. Os he hecho el favor de intentar hacerlo online y no perder la frescura, pero el siguiente 20... Ya, dinos que es agua. El agua que le gusta a la reina. Tienes que hacer un disclaimer. Ajá. Bueno, chicos, os voy a dejar que he dejado a mis hijos pequeños en casa, no solos, pero tengo que recogerlos. ¿Vale? Oye, un placer, muchísimas gracias. Sí, por supuesto. Chao.